Well, welcome back. We have one of our clients here today. This is Josh. Josh has been with us for a few years, done some wonderful work. And Josh has a excellent question that I think applies to a lot of people we see, a lot of people watching GW3 who've turned to GW3 for this very reason, based on Josh's question. What is that, Josh?
I work out and I've been losing weight, but I just can't seem to lose it off my belly. And I've had the opportunity. I've obviously worked with you when I first came on, and then I kind of vacillate between the two of you as my counselors, because one holds me more accountable than the other some days, and the other one beats me up on other days, and it's a perfect relationship that I have with you guys. And so I don't want you to. I hope that the question doesn't come across as negative to you and make you feel that you're not doing anything for me. Because I mean, when I started with you, Jared, I was 37% body fat. Yeah. I was a big guy. In all reality, I've only lost 18, 19 pounds, right in there. But I've gone from 37% body fat to my last one, Ashley, when you pinched me, was 22 and a half, 23, something like that. So I'm getting where we need to go. And to be completely honest and open to the public, I don't exactly follow everything you guys tell me to.
No, you're kidding,
right? And so that's part of the accountability piece that I come to you guys for. But why is it that I'm doing so well numerically on my circumferential and some of those things, other than on my belly? What do I need to do? What do I need to change?
Well, that's a great
question. And what can I change within my restrictions?
Well, in my opinion, you just answered your own question. Consistency is huge with me. I love holding people accountable, and when they're not consistent, that's the first thing I go to. Well, how do you expect results if you're not consistent? You have to allow your body, and lately I've been explaining this a lot, you have to allow your body internally to change before you see it outside, physically. And if you're not being consistent with diet, your body's going to want to go back to here when I'm trying to get it here. And if we don't change those chemical balances or hormones, you're going to keep going back to there because that's your body's comfortable spot. You have to be consistent to get it to there. And then physically you're going to see it. That's kind of how I explain it to people.
Some people would call that a set point.
Right.
That our bodies have set points. And until we remanage or realign that set point with the hormonal responsible, exercise responsible eating, and that's when the set point changes.
Exactly.
What would you say, Jared?
You know, I'm a big fan of the set point theory. I think that illustrates a lot of the reason why people have a hard time maintaining weight when they've lost it. Their body is trying to reset a set point. But I had a different thought with Josh's question. And my answer to any patient, you especially that would ask this question, is you can't centralize fat loss. Your body has put those cells in that place because it's a lot genetically and hormonally determined. Carrying weight around the midsection is characteristic of problems with insulin. And that's just one of the things that relates back to hormones matter more than anything else when it comes to weight loss. Now, how do we fix that problem? Honestly, consistency and long-term effort, lifestyle change. To some degree, you're going to be doing what you do for the rest of your life. It may not be an aggressive, I need to lose weight manner, but you're going to be doing these exercises and opening your mind and experimenting with your diet for the rest of your life. You have plenty of time to get off that belly fat, but your body just might be one of those ones where you're going to let it go everywhere else before your body goes to that last spot. First step is to fix the insulin problem. And then eventually, through consistency, you'll lose that last little bit.
Oh, if I can add to that, it's fixing all the hormones. Every hormone's off if one's off. And we have a couple webinars that hit to that very point. The other thing is, just like Jared said, and Ashley said, it is a time issue. Working with bodybuilders and fitness models, I can tell you every one of them, even the men that get down below 5-6%, the women get 10-11%, the last area to go, and you guys would agree, is right here. The last area to go. I tell them all the time, yeah, last to go, first to come back is right here.
Yep. And
so it just takes time. And it really is, there's some genetics to it, there's a long-term hormonal response to it when all the hormones are balanced. The brain hormones, the thyroid hormones, the adrenal hormones, the sex hormones, the eating hormones, leptin, insulin, adiponectin. That's when we see people's bellies go. But that takes some time. So I'd encourage you, you've done great, 37 to 21, 22%.
Yeah.
That's huge. And I can tell you, eyeballing you, you're a different person. because you're
Totally.
I would not recognize you if I saw you on the street and you're wearing a wig, because you've changed so much. So this, hang in there, it will change. It honestly will, I guarantee it. But it's definitely going to be the last to go. And that applies to a lot of people out there. The hormonally affected fat, which is right here in all of us, it will come back immediately when the hormones go off and be the last to go once the hormones are set. So I would encourage you to hang in there. I think these guys have given you a great answer as to what to do.
I can give you a personal example too. I was in your boat when I started more than 10 years ago, deciding to change lifestyle. I knew nothing of nutrition. I was in a mechanical profession. Beer, corn dogs, and cigarettes. That was my lifestyle. Unfortunately, sad to say, but it was. It's not anymore. But I started out at roughly 34% body fat. And it took a long time. I had to, Dr. Willey, when I started working for you, you took me on as a training partner for almost 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it took that 2 years of working with him and doing many different things with diet and learning how to do what I do now to eventually get that body fat off. But that really was the last place to go. I was pretty lean by the time that started to go away.
Mm-hmm. And now it stays off very easily,
Yeah.
because you did it, and you have the lifestyle now to maintain it.
Reset the set point.
Yep, exactly.
So the hard thing for me with what you guys say, I mean, I'm realistically, you guys know that you tell me to do something and I take it 2/3 of the way. I always tend to kind of push back a little bit. You say consistency. Consistency is really hard. I mean, it sucks.
It isn't day
Because
to
at
day,
the end of the day, some days I just really love pizza. I love Chinese food. Chinese food is my favorite. How can I? You both say consistency, and I want to scream at you because it means that it's going to be harder for me. How to make it easier so that I don't, because I know for a fact, I know that I'm going 2 steps forward and 1 step back. Thank you for saying what you said about me. That makes me feel very good. When I look at myself in the mirror, I don't see that. And so how can I be?
You know, this gets into a totally different roundtable discussion. Free meals, enjoying life, 80-20 lifestyle. That's about what we do. 80% of the time we watch our diet closely. We pay attention to the general rules of how food affects hormones. And that's in all sorts of spots on our websites, what those rules are and how you use food to beneficially affect your hormones. We follow the rules closely about 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time we loosen up. So if we want to have pizza, maybe if it was Monday night and we just went to a birthday party last night, maybe we would say, okay, no pizza tonight. But this Friday is coming soon, and that's pizza. You don't give up everything you love permanently. You just learn when to say not right now.
Good.
Well, thank you.
What would you add to that, Ashley?
I'm a goal setter. I like setting
there you go.
goals, and I love getting my clients excited and competitive because that's how I am. And so I think having someone holding you accountable is huge. I ask these guys all the time, hold me accountable for something because I want to reach a specific goal. I reach that goal, I set a new goal, and that's how I keep going. I have to allow myself, and I have to be reminded to, hey, go out, relax this weekend. But, we all have our personal struggles, and making it fun and being competitive with it, getting someone to join you, like, hey, let's do a bodybuilding show. All right, let's do it. Or let's do a Spartan race. It's something to hold you accountable and to make it fun that it's a goal. So it's competitive, but it becomes something that you're enjoying at the same time. And be confident when you look in the mirror. Don't get up every morning and be like, oh man, I just don't see this progress. Be like, heck no, I've made these changes. Look at me now.
Absolutely.
Look at what you've done instead of what you still have left to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you definitely set goals to change what needs to be changed, but if you discount what you've already changed, the whole process just seems futile. So reflecting on yourself in the mirror, you first, and I actually do say this to patients in these exact words, I want you to find at least 3 things that are positive about yourself in the mirror before you say a single thing about what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll start to see improvements if you actively show yourself those improvements. But you have to kind of force yourself to do that at first. Find 3 things, and then if you want to find something that needs improvement, go for it. But look at those first 3 things, those 3 good things first.
I think your self-talk and how you look at yourself in the mirror has a lot to do with weight loss. Personally, for a long time, I hated what I saw. I wanted to be, I wanted to be up on stage competing a year ago, and it didn't happen. I tore myself up mentally, but I didn't give up, and I'm still progressing until I get there. And you just have to think, you know what, I'm still doing this, and a lot of people would have gave up at this point, and I'm not going to, so that's not who I am. I've already dropped, 10% body fat. Why stop now? Be patient. I'd rather see my client be patient and see the progress slowly rather than quickly and fall back into yo-yo dieting.
Yeah, you guys are just talking lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You have a new lifestyle. So even though, yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger is not in your reflection, you're still different. You've changed because you've developed a lifestyle. Now maybe your lifestyle is Chinese food once in a while. In the big picture, it's going to be okay. Because you also know through biomarker testing, following your lipids, following inflammatory panels, following the labs that we have, you're as healthy as can be, even though Arnold's not in your mirror yet, because it's a lifestyle thing. And I think we'd all profess that, figure out what lifestyle works for you. Some people will get there very quick, and you may want to kick them in the shin for it, and that's okay. Some people are going to take longer, but if the lifestyle's there, and that's what GW3 teaches, it's a lifestyle. And you're going to get there. I would love to reshoot this in a year because you'll be a different person sitting here. I guarantee you. Wouldn't you guys agree?
Yeah.
I agree.
And that's what we see when hormonally responsible eating is occurring and hormonally responsible exercise is occurring. That's what we see. So hang in there, brother. You're doing awesome.
Well, thank you. Thanks for let me ask you.
No problem.
Yep.
Absolutely. And if you have questions for the health coaches, please sign up for a plan, give them a call, express yourself like Josh did, and we can help you find that long-term solution and help you reach your goals.